waited in line just to share this experience of Venom, Candyman, Night of the Living Dead, The Rock, Final Destination. But I want you to know you are now entering the
Cinema
Chop Shop with a top and the pop. Boom, boom, bop.
The Cinema Chop Shop.
What's going on, everybody? It's David from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. And today, I got a special guest in the building. I know you ain't never seen this man before, but go ahead and introduce yourself, Mr. Hoodie, Julio. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name's Julio, a good friend of the show, long-time watcher. And I'm just glad to be invited, and glad that I get to be invited to represent Cinema Culture Club. That's where I come from, so be on the lookout for that. More often coming soon, but let's just throw it back to you and tell the people what we got for them today.
Yeah, man, Triple C's in the building. We're not talking about like Rick Ross's group. But yeah, so if you guys, this is Julio. Hopefully I can grab him on his channel a little bit more. He's very knowledgeable. I remember way back in the day we was breaking down the Dark Knight, talking about the Joker and stuff. And he's been really knowledgeable about movies, and him and his friends recently created a YouTube channel. I will link that in the description below, so you guys go ahead and check that out. Check them out. They're very knowledgeable. They have a lot of great information. It's definitely, I like to call it like road trip podcast. Like it's like the perfect road trip podcast where you're just sitting there. If you're in the cinema, you can just pop it in and listen, and you're gonna hear some good discussions. But
you know, the thing about that, some of that though, is that like I do remember what you're talking about back in high school. Like we were doing all this movie breakdown and theory crafting before it was cool, man. Like back when people were like, y'all doing too much, or y'all way too into it. I was like, well, what else is there to do, man? I stay home all weekend and watch movies. Like this
right,
is, you know.
Might as well break it down a little bit, you know, because I remember we were talking about the that Joker scene where he broke the pool stick and he was making them fight. And I forgot what the conversation was about, but we had like this super long, in-depth conversation about that damn scene and the way that we interpreted it. But it's really good to have somebody really knowledgeable and somebody that has a good, in-depth experience with movies. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. So today we're going to be talking about the Warner Brothers Netflix buyout. We just said this literally before we hit play. We didn't even know Warner Brothers was up for sale. Like, nobody knew Warner Brothers was up for sale. Especially it comes off to a surprise because they just had Superman. You just got James Gunn in the seat, and it's like, well, damn. Like, were you guys expecting Superman to hit $1 billion, and if it didn't hit $1 billion, you was gonna sell it off? Like, what do you think might be the meaning or the reason behind Warner Brothers just selling so abruptly?
I don't know any reason other than like some sort of illegal poker game in the back or something. Well, no, because you know this isn't. Warner Brothers has been in flux, like for as far as I've been into this, man, for the past decade. If you remember with HBO, do you remember HBO Go? And then remember HBO,
to the Mac.
all that stuff was changes at the top, was like restructures and everything. Every time HBO, whatever app they use changed, that was some big restructure from some new person taking over. And then, you know, then I know they've been having troubles with like their movie executives, you know, to say nothing of Walter Hamada, the guy that was running the last DCEU, the one we have now, you know, and basically like that, the way that went and the whole implosion, you know. Shout out to old boy that played Cyborg. Sorry, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Damn, what's his name?
Something. I know it's Ray something.
Ray Fisher.
There you go, Ray Fisher. Like, so believe it or not, like a lot of people may not have paid attention, but Warner Brothers Discovery has been, hell, even didn't they just acquire Discovery like 2 years ago also, and that went through a change and everything because Discovery had its own streaming service, remember? And once it got rolled into Warner Brothers, then that's
they did just recently buy it.
Yeah, so like all this stuff has been in flux, like low key in the background for the better part of the last decade, and now it's finally hitting like the forefront with this big one. But I bet you if we decided to do a deep dive and really pay attention, we'd be like, damn, we should have seen this coming like 3 years ago, 4 years ago now. Like we could have been paying attention, but we weren't. But so I honestly don't know what has happened.
Yeah, because it's they basically got rid of their whole like movie division. So all of their like streaming services, their actual production and film and stuff, they got rid of all that stuff. They're just like, okay, here, take it, Netflix. 82 and Netflix bought it for a whopping 82 billion. So because Netflix bought it for that huge amount of money, it begs to ask the question: what the hell is Netflix gonna do with this IP? Like, is it gonna go the Disney route and just keep it separately, like how they did with Hulu, or is it going to try to migrate?
Quick side note: I noticed that Netflix paid less for Warner Bros. Discovery than they did for WWE, so that's a little hilarious to me.
How much did they pay for WWE?
I think they paid like $200 billion or whatever. Like,
how long is that for?
I want to say it's 6 years, but hang on.
6 years just to so that they can have Raw on Netflix?
My bad. My bad. 10 years. So Netflix, 10 years, $5 billion. WWE.
Okay, that's not horrible, but at the same time, that's still a lot of money though. That is a lot of, and isn't that only Raw, or is that other things?
Okay, so that this is where it gets interesting. But by the way, for anybody curious, big wrestling fan over here, so I'll know more about this than anything. Okay, so in the United States, the Netflix deal is only for Raw, right? So when you're here in the States, you have Netflix, Raw. To do all that other stuff, the ESPN deal and all that for the PLEs, formerly known as pay-per-views.
Yeah,
that's different. But if you're not in the United States, if you're anywhere else, the UK, Canada, France, everything's on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't have the other apps. So like, believe it or not, folks, we are the only ones getting nickel and dimed here in the States. We have to go to like 4 different places to watch our WWE. You got to go to Netflix for Raw. You got to go to like, God knows what, Fox for SmackDown. And you got to go to ESPN for your premium live events. But, if you're like a fan from France, all you got to do is have Netflix for however much it costs Netflix them up there. And you get your Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and the premium live event on Netflix.
That is crazy. What the hell?
In wrestling circles, this is a huge, like, everyone's up in arms, and like, but yeah, so.
That's wild. I did not know that. Yeah. And I think it's because Americans are stupid and will pay for that shit. I think that we haven't put our money where our mouth is. Like, I remember when Netflix went up in price and people were like, I'm leaving Netflix, I'm not paying for this shit, X, Y, and Z. And they still pay for the damn thing. As soon as Cobra Kai and Stranger Things came back, they came back.
So like, even though like, yeah, Netflix paid more money up front for Warner Bros. Discovery. So I know $5 billion is less than, but $5 billion for only 10 years, technically they're paying more to have WWE on there than they are, because what they just paid for Warner Bros. Discovery is to outright own it going forward. So think about that for a moment. Like let's put the value on like an entire movie studio with decades upon decades, if not a century worth of history.
And it comes with its own IPs. And
and then wrestling, which WWE does have like what are we up to? We're up to like WrestleMania 41. So like, 40 years of good.
And you pointed something else out that you said that HBO owns.
Oh yeah. So we're about to get into that. So when I first saw the deal announced as a wrestling fan, one of my first thoughts was WWE and AEW, like, no one will say it out loud, but they hate each other. They are direct competitors. And like, now Netflix bought Warner Bros. Discovery, where AEW airs, but Netflix already has WWE. Mind you, WWE is already in bed with a competitor because they're both owned by TKO, which is an umbrella over UFC and WWE. So all these competitors are just now under the same umbrella, and it's like, what's gonna happen here?
Doesn't WWE already have like an exclusive like thing with another company?
Yeah, that's ESPN, the premium live events.
Not that one. Like one of these other like smaller companies, like they do like.
Oh Yeah, sorry. Yep. See,
Like the
okay.
Hardy Boys and shit. Like the Hardy Boys were like a smaller company,
TNA.
right? TNA. There you go. I remember TNA was like
Yeah.
a real big thing at one
Yeah.
point.
So for the uninitiated, we're not saying TNA, which we're saying Tango November Alpha total nonstop action. Yes, for a good while from like the early 2000s up until recently, TNA fancied themselves a competitor to WWE, and then WWE decided to just like bring them in the fold. Also, for our Hispanic community out there, earlier this year, WWE also acquired AAA wrestling, like all that Mexican stuff, like the masked luchadors and stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's why they have the old boy with the iguana, right?
oh, Mr. Iguana, you see Mr. Iguana, man, he was cool, man. Just a little side story on that. The first time I was seeing him on the Worlds Collide, I'm like, what the hell is this guy looking like a creative character wrestler from WWE 2K, right?
Right.
Dude has like the iguana stuffy. Dude drops it on the floor, like on the ground of the ring, puts his foot under it, kicks it up, catches it on his shoulder with the iguana facing forward perfectly. And I'm like, I'm sold. That dude needs to main event WrestleMania. I'm in. I'm a fan.
But I mean, but this is going to end up turning into a wrestling conversation because I almost was like,
deviate that far into it, but it's just
I almost was like, dude, like WWE has this bad habit of getting really talented wrestlers and shitting on them and like just wasting them because they had homie, the Asian dude, the one with that intro that everybody be humming at.
Oh, Shinsuke Nakamura. That's his name, Shinsuke Nakamura. He's still with WWE, but they kind of like let him. He shows up a lot in other Japanese promotions now while still being signed to WWE. They're like,
yeah, but the thing is, I remember when he came, it was a big deal. Like people really felt like he should get like a big run, and he didn't.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at though. The fact that like WWE are wasting him, and they know they're wasting him, and that's why they're cool with him showing up in other wrestling promotions because they know they have nothing for him, here. So like, I don't know, it's weird, and this is like we're discussing. This is just one aspect of Netflix buying HBO.
Yeah,
because now they have even more wrestling under their umbrella now.
They won't even know what to do with it. But then also it makes you wonder. So here's the thing that made me curious.
Okay.
One, the weirdest thing about this deal is the fact that DC literally just signed James Gunn on for like a 3-year deal, and he's supposed to helm the new DCU or whatever. And people are kind of worried for two reasons, which I don't think they have much of a reason to be worried about, but we'll talk about it. One, people feel like this is a way to get Snyder back because Netflix and Snyder have like a really good
Snyder does those Army of the Dead movies for Netflix right now, I think.
Yeah, and he did that knockoff Star Wars movie.
Something Rebel Moon. Okay, yeah, you're right. There was 2 of those actually, I think.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be a third, but it sucked. So they were like, "Yeah, we can't waste any more money on you, dog." But yeah. So Netflix has a really good relationship with Snyder, so people are worried that because for a long time the Snyder fans were like, Netflix needs to buy Warner Brothers and then use this to reboot the Snyderverse or like to what's their catchphrase?
Restore the Snyderverse.
Restore the Snyderverse, yeah. And I said reboot, whatever. So that's their catchphrase. They've been calling out this shit for a while, and then now that Netflix has officially bought Warner Brothers, they are going fucking ape shit. They're going bananas. They're like, oh, this is our way in, and I'm like, no, because that would recommend that first of all, a lot of people from the Snyder DC universe, they're old. It is like to bring them back in the fold after they already like went out of the picture, it's stupid. And then on top of that, you just had the brand new Superman movie. You still got Gunn on a contract for 3 years.
Not only that, but I don't know if you're aware, but some of the actors that were in the Snyderverse have already accepted roles as new characters in the new DCU, the James Gunn DCU. Like Jason Momoa has already accepted
Lobo.
A role in so like
which honestly was this mother Lobo. That fool is Lobo. He can't be Aquaman. I don't see it. I still to this day don't see it. But Lobo for sure.
look, I know you know this about me already because you've heard some of our stuff,
Yeah.
and I already pointed you to the clip. So for any of your viewers, some of y'all are gonna hate me right off the bat, but I care nothing for the Snyderverse.
Oh, welcome to
Hack
the
Snyder,
club, bro.
sorry, Zack Snyder. My bad. I always mess that up, man. I always mess that Z with an H, always. But Zack Snyder is the worst thing to happen to filmmaking ever since box office numbers started being tracked. Okay, the worst thing. I cannot with Zack Snyder. I cannot with any I am like his okay. When Zack Snyder is only a director, when all he does is direct, I think it's fine. Dawn of the Dead, right? 04 Dawn of the Dead. Watchmen. Okay.
Anything after that is horrible. That movie with the freaking music.
Yeah. Oh, 300 maybe.
No. Oh yeah, 300 was solid. But what's the one with the music? It had Led Zeppelin in the trailer. Something Baby or something like that. What was the name of that damn movie?
No, Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. There you go.
Baby's the name of the character.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Sucker Punch.
That movie sucked, homie. I was so mad because I went to go see it thinking like, man, this is gonna be tight. That shit sucked, bro. I was so mad.
Funnily enough, we're talking about Netflix. The way I saw Sucker Punch was that I saw it because of Netflix, but I'm talking like back when Netflix still used to mail you the movies, like in the mail. That's how I saw Sucker Punch the first time because I knew enough to not go in theaters. But the way I saw Sucker Punch for the first time was actually because of Netflix, but way back in the snail mail days. But I don't mess with Zack Snyder, man. Like if he's just directing the movie, fine. But if we're gonna try to treat him like an auteur and like some sort of like universe runner, I like none of it, man. I'm not with it.
Dude. Zack Snyder. Hey, don't worry, dude, you're on the right channel. This channel we don't like Zack Snyder either. That's why I was kind of like, I was like, yeah, because I've had it in with the Snyder Code. We done went at it a couple times. They don't like me very much. I made a video called "How to Tell If You're in a Cult," addressing them. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, dude, Zack Snyder's like, I agree. Zack Snyder's a terrible ass writer. Like he's like horrible at freaking writing. So it's like when they give him properties where they're like, we want you to lead this, and it's like, dude, he can't write. He doesn't know how to write. He doesn't know how to storytell.
But he's a great director.
And that's about it.
But he's a great director. Like that 04 Dawn of the Dead with Mekhi Phifer and Ving Rhames. That's some top tier movie making right there, man. But like we said though, he didn't. It's not him. He's just directing.
Yeah, he's just directing it. Like he has a good eye, but here's his thing. His problem is his eye. When he likes something, he overdoes it. So like when like the superhero movies, when you start doing that slow mo shit, like he overdid it like crazy. And then he did this thing in that zombie heist movie. What was it called?
Army of the Dead.
That's
the one on Netflix.
Yeah, he did this thing where he was blurring the background, like he made the background blurry on certain shots. Like this was in focus, but the background was blurry, and he kept doing it. I'm like, dude, stop! Like it's not right.
I don't know if enough people know about this. That movie actually has a prequel follow-up to it.
Yeah, it does.
With the European guy, the one who was the safecracker.
Yeah.
Which is so that movie came out after Army of the Dead, but it's a prequel to Army of the Dead, and I like that movie better because it's not Zack Snyder helmed.
Yeah, like I said, I think that one didn't do good, and that's the reason because they had plans to like do like a bunch of movies, and I don't know what happened to them. I think
that one was actually really good because Natalie Emanuel was in that too. For the more casual fans, that's Missandei from Game of Thrones, or what's her name in the Fast franchise? She started like in Fast 6 or 7, I want to say.
Oh, is that one of Dom's girlfriends?
No, she was the computer hacker in Fast. Ludacris and Tyrese's character were like fighting over her when they.
I forgot her name. Yeah, I know you're talking about. She has a dumbass name too. It's
but that's her. That's so like, she was like she's like the main person in that prequel.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. What is her name? She was the hacker that
she's the hacker that they have to rescue or whatever.
Anyway. She has a dumb name. It's like Giggs or something. Like it's a fucking computer name. Like it's so dumb.
Oh, that Furious 7. Damn, I really thought she was started in 6, but no, she started in Furious 7.
But the thing that made this thing kind of like iffy.
Ramsey, her name is Ramsey in Furious.
Ramsey. Okay, I thought it was Ram. Like I thought
Ram, like computer Ram.
Ram on the computer. Yeah. But the thing that made this merger kind of weird is that Warner Brothers has been doing pretty good in the box office. Especially in the horror department. Like their New Line Cinema, they did Weapons and they had Barbarian, and then I think they had that freaking even though I'm not a fan of it, the Conjuring movies, they made a lot of money. Freaking that whole universe makes a lot of money. And then they had, I think, Final Destination too. I think that's them as well too.
But but anyone who's been paying attention, they've also made some very strange decisions over the years because they canceled the Batgirl movie, a movie that was done. Remember, Michael Keaton had come back to play Batman, and
was he in that movie?
He was in the Batgirl movie. The Batgirl movie was done. A final cut was made, post production was finished, and then they're just.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw them stills, bro. Them stills was ugly.
Hey man, they said it was done, and then they just decided. Michael Keaton said he still got paid. Michael Keaton was like, "Yeah, it was a nice paycheck. I remember that paycheck." Michael Keaton, get your money, man, and I ain't never gonna begrudge anyone that. But they've made some strange decisions, and also Warner Brothers Discovery also does weird things, like they're weird with what we call Hollywood accounting, right? Harry Potter and like The Order of the Phoenix made like $972 million at the box office, and WBD has that listed as a loss on paper. Like on the books, that's a loss.
Wait, how much did it cost to make it?
That I don't know, man. Or one of my favorite examples, and one that I always talk about, and I have talked about before, is Michael Keaton Batman 1989.
Yeah,
that movie made like $359 million on a $35 million budget, and because of Hollywood accounting, it goes down in the books as a loss for Warner Brothers.
That's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. Like when I look at these movies that are big, and especially I praise horror movies for doing this. Horror movies will take $30 million and then flip it into $200 million, and then people are like, "Oh, it didn't do all that well." And it's like, no, dude, it did really well. Turning $30 million into like $200 million is a win. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but because of weird accounting, it can still go down in the books as a loss, and Warner Brothers Discovery tends to do that a lot.
Is it weird accounting or is it expectations? So, like, example, depending on who you talk to, Superman is a win, and then to whoever you talk to, Superman is a loss.
Yeah, all right, here you go. Before we move to that, official numbers from what I'm seeing here, right, online, the budget for Harry Potter and Order of the Phoenix was anywhere between 150 to 200 million when you include.
That's a win. What the hell?
And then the box office was 942.9 million. But it goes down on Warner Brothers books as a loss.
That's crazy.
And this is only one of I just gave you two examples, but if we really wanted to like sit here and compile a list, you will see that Warner Brothers Discovery does that a lot. They do that more than you think, where like you think they've made money but they're gonna claim that they lost money. They're gonna claim that this was a fail. Like I said, that 1989 Batman then went on to make another 150 million plus on home video, and WB still has it down as a loss for that whole thing. Like the Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton Batman, So
I'm really thinking that is expectations, because again, like, I'm not a Superman fan. I don't like Superman. I think he's a terrible fucking hero. That's a conversation for another day. But the movie made like 600 million. The movie's budget is like 200 million, maybe more, right? Mm-hmm. If you're going down on the books, 200 million, you tripled your budget. I think I say you're in the green. Anything over tripling your budget, you're in the green. Like if you're tripling your budget and up, you're in the green. Now, I think they expected it to make $1 billion. They wanted to be like a really big start. The problem was James Gunn was like, "Hey man, like if it makes money, it makes money. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It is what it is." And a lot of people thought he was putting, and they were getting mad. Like, "Hey, like what the hell? Like like this is your project. This is your baby. Like why aren't you like standing more firmly behind it?"
Nah, man, James Gunn's just playing it cool, man. He's just playing it cool.
No, exactly. He was just playing it cool. He doesn't honestly look. You don't want to go in front of people and be like, "This is guaranteed a big hit," and then turn around and then it flops, and you just like, "Well, it is what it is." But I do find it suspicious that the Batman made more money than Superman. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, the Batman, the thing.
That movie, a lot of people look. You can say what you want.
You talk about Matt Reeves, right? Matt Reeves
out.
Batman.
You said what?
Matt Reeves Batman.
Yes, a lot of people hated that shit before it even came out.
At
least Superman had some positive press. Like everybody was being positively skeptical about Superman. There was a lot of hate from Matt Reeves. They hated his helmet. They hated his forehead. They hated his cowl. They hated his look. And I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like Twilight homie Robert Pattinson. I feel like he would have been a dope ass Nightwing. That's just my personal opinion. I don't really see him as a Batman. I see him as a Nightwing or even a Red Hood. But I don't really see him
as a young like kind of rookie Batman. He was excellent, but
I liked it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I liked it. I think the third act was a little. I liked it up until the third act, and then it kind of like flopped a little bit.
All right, here's a number that I wanted to share with you. Now, I initially learned this from watching other movie tubers, right? Because that's what I do in my free time too, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not watching movies, I'm watching content about movies.
Yeah.
Like I'm that loser, but yeah. So these days, a movie needs to make approximately 2.5 to 3 times its production budget to be considered profitable.
That's what I just said. 3 times its budget. Hey.
Yeah. So if a movie costs $250 million to like, get off the ground, anything under 750 million is considered that you lost, according to how
they calculate it. Yeah.
The system works. So like basically like once you've gone over 250 million to make a movie, if you're not breaking $1 billion at the box office, you're a loser. You're getting shunned. You're getting laughed out of Hollywood.
That's what it is right there. I think a lot of motherfuckers saw Avatar and they was like, hey, hey, look, them big ass blue grasshoppers made $1 billion. Like we need to mimic that.
So and maybe to your point, like you said, maybe it's just expectations, but they claim, and I say they because I'm talking like people who are actually like me and you. We just discuss movies.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do in movies. I don't know the hard work that goes into it. Much respect to like the behind the scenes people we never see, right? But they claim that this is what it takes just for your movie to be profitable. So basically like 250 million to make a movie, and you don't even break even until 750 mil. That's break even.
I wouldn't say break even at 700 mil. I would say at least like you said 250.
Well, yeah, because look, this is what it says. So like if 250 million is what it takes, and you need 3 times the production budget to be profitable, it means everything under that.
Yeah, profitable. Okay, profitable. Yeah, break even. Nah, I don't know about because break even will be like, I think if you hit like 500 mil, you're break. You're
okay. That's still more than the movie costs to make, though. So like.
When they say breaking even is like the budget, like if you double the budget, you breaking even. That's what I hear. Most people say as long as you double your budget, you breaking even at least. Now triple the budget, that's when you start hitting that profit margin. But it, like I said, it really depends on the studio. You see, I forgot what studio greenlit it, but Eli Roth's Great Thanksgiving, that movie didn't make much money, but they greenlit a sequel. So it really just depends on the studio. Like some studios just like people and they'll be like, hey, I'll give you a sequel. Some don't.
Well, that's one thing too. Like, earlier we were talking about that Batman 89 failure, right? Even though it went down in the books as a loss, they sure as hell greenlit Batman Returns and made it even bigger. The Penguin, Catwoman.
And that's honestly single-handedly one of the best Batman movies too.
Yeah, so even though that went on the books as a loss, a sequel sure damn popped up, and then another one after that. After that they lost Tim Burton though, and that's
because there's just certain IPs that are hella lucrative. I think the most lucrative IPs are Superman. No, not Superman. I'm sorry. The most lucrative IPs are Spider-Man and Batman. I think superhero wise, those are the most lucrative IPs.
I mean, what are we on now? Let me see. Hang on. We had 3 Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, 2 Amazings, and we've had 3 more MCU. About to have a
and then
we're about to be on our 9th live-action Spider-Man movie.
And then not to mention
since 2000.
2 Into the Spider-Verse movies.
Those are animated. Those are animated though. But fine, if we count those, 11.
Yeah, and then also not to mention the whack-ass spinoffs that made no money.
We talk about the villain stuff, the Sony stuff.
Morbius,
Venom,
Madam Web.
Craven the Hunter.
Hey, Venom did well for being such a shitty movie, and that sucks because that movie got me so mad because Venom is such an easy character to get right, and they had Tom Hardy. How do you mess that up? But whatever.
The first one's okay, but the fact that we're up to 3 of those lets you know that we got a problem. Like the first Venom was really good. The first
fact
one,
they fucked up Carnage pissed me off. But anyway,
Woody Harrelson.
dude, and then Woody Harrelson. I mean, he's not a bad pick. Woody Harrelson's a great actor, but like I said, you had Tom Hardy, Woody Harrelson. And they screwed it off. And the reason why I feel badly about that movie is because I feel like they compromised themselves with dreams and ambitions of having a movie inside the MCU, like for Tom Hardy to go to the MCU. So that I feel like they dumbed it down and kept the PG. Either that or they wanted to make sure that they were able to get that teen audience to buy those tickets to boost those sales. It's either one of those. But so my next question is this. I have a question.
Okay.
A lot of people are afraid that the Netflix numbers, like the price of Netflix is going to go up. I am an avid believer that it's not. Because they're like, oh, they got to pay for this somehow. And I'm like, dude, it's going to pay for itself. I think that Netflix is going to take the Hulu, Disney Plus approach. Where it's like, we're going to keep both streaming platforms. And what we're going to do is we're probably just going to offer like bundle deals, but to keep them separate, I think is the smartest thing for them to do. But other people feel like Netflix is going to be greedy and they're going to try to absorb some of those IPs and just under one umbrella. What do you think? What do you think that Netflix is going to do, and what do you think would be the smarter option?
I can tell you what one of my theories is, because like we mentioned earlier, we didn't even know that Warner Bros. Discovery was up for sale like that, right, officially. Believe it or not, one thing I think Netflix is trying to do, I think they're trying to move their way into movie theaters. Like you notice anything that's a Netflix exclusive doesn't really have theatrical runs until now. Like Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein had a one week theatrical run.
Stranger Things went to the theater too.
Yeah, so like, well, honestly,
I think Cobra Kai did too.
Cobra Kai. Oh, K-pop Demon Hunters went to theaters. Shout out K-pop Demon Hunters, man. I know because we had to take my wife took our kid. Demon Hunter sing along in the theaters, and as a movie fan, I get it because some parents, they didn't get it. They're like, "Why am I gonna take my kid to see a movie in theaters that we can see at home already?"
It's an experience.
It's not about that. Yeah, it's about finding your crowd. It's about finding your people. Like you take your kid, and they can potentially meet other kids who like K-pop Demon Hunters that they normally wouldn't run into, on a daily. And it felt like I didn't go. My wife took her, but like she said, it felt like a concert for her, So that's exactly.
Shout out to the kids of this generation, because I remember when we was kids, if you watched anime, you was a dork. You got for it.
Man, let's not revisit none of that, man, because here's the thing. I watched anime in high school.
Yeah, we did. We talked Dragon Ball Z and stuff.
Hang on, but like more publicly, did we talk anime? No, man, we talked hip hop, and I feel bad because it makes it sound like I don't like hip hop. I love hip hop. Okay. Love it to death.
Yeah.
But it's one of the only few things I was willing to publicly talk about.
Yeah, we talk about that. We talk about battle rap.
Yeah. Like unless I knew you was cool, I was not about to reveal that I like anime and
I remember people that used to have the little Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the backpack, and they was afraid to take them out and duel with somebody because they was afraid to get called a dork. But
yeah.
Go continue with your theory. I'm sorry, we saw.
No, you're good, man. That's just some reminiscing, man. But like, I love some things about modern day society. I love where it is today, and this is one of them. Some things I don't. That's a different topic, different show.
Yeah, exactly.
But because none of us know why this happened or how. One of my theories, and it's just a theory, Netflix is trying to muscle in on some theater stuff in one way or another. I don't know how. I don't know how this leads to that. I have an idea, but Netflix is trying to like make more money.
Didn't at one time Netflix was in the talk of buying like a theater franchise? Like one of these theaters were like going out of business or something, trying it.
I remember something about that. I'm not too up on that.
But it died. It never came into fruition. But I remember Netflix theater was going to be a thing.
Yeah. So like, remembering that, and then remembering, hell, this could even go all the way back to when Netflix was trying to sell themselves to Blockbuster, and Blockbuster laughed them out the room, and Netflix laughed them out the business entirely.
Right.
So Netflix has always been involved in this game of of like, big fish eats little fish one way or the other. At one point, they were trying to sell themselves, right? That didn't work.
Yeah.
So they, went on, and now they're acquiring, And one of my, like I said, one of my theories is they're trying to move in on movie theaters releases.
And they're also monopolizing IPs because they were in talks of getting Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but right now they're in like a bidding war with like A24 and some other companies.
Oh, okay. One of the more recent Texas Chainsaw Massacres, I saw it through Netflix. Like, that's how I saw it. The one where.
Oh yeah, that one was whack.
Yeah, it was whack, but you know which one?
But it's like the kills are cool, but it's a whack. It's
the one with the Tesla, the one with the self-driving Tesla. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The only like funny scene, and I'm not saying this to like, I'm not saying this to like insult anybody, but like to me, the only memorable scene that was like got a chuckle out of me was when the people are all like, "Hey, bro, do anything and we'll cancel you," and they're filming him on the cell phone. He's like, "Hey," he ripped that chainsaw. Leatherface.
I mean, that movie. If you watch that movie specifically for the kills, you're good. But anything outside of that, if you're waiting for story, if you're waiting for like a really good sequel to like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, it ain't happening. Because the truth of the matter is, they done tried to do. It's funny that they advertise as like a direct sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, and they've done that shit like 5 times already. Which is like,
look, man, that movie has self-driving Teslas in it. Okay, we're far past the point of a direct sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre was back.
It's like Halloween ends and Halloween kills.
Okay.
Years down the line.
Because the lady that was the girl from back in the set. That was the old lady at the end of that Texas. That was her. That was the girl.
Yeah, that was the girl that survived. Yeah, that was her. But too bad they couldn't get the actress because she passed. But but anyway, see, this is the love for movie writer. This is what movie does to people that really appreciate it. Netflix has been monopolizing IPs, and they've been really trying to acquire them. And now, essentially, what this says, you got Harry Potter. You got I don't know if that does that mean that New Line is under their umbrella now? Like, does that mean they have oversight over New Line Cinema?
I mean, the way I understand the deal, and remember, none of us do, which is why we're on here talking about it, is that everything that HBO or Warner Bros. Discovery owns, Netflix now owns.
But I thought but only their like movie shit though, right? It's only their production company and their streaming stuff. But hey, I know one thing, they bring back Tales from the Crypt. But anyway.
Tales from the Crypt, right? Hang on.
You gotta bring back Tales from the Crypt, man. But again, it just like this is such a strange sell. I had some friends that said that they would prefer. All right, so these are the people that were bidding for it. It was Netflix, Paramount. Who else was bidding for this? Netflix, Paramount. Damn, who else was bidding for this stupid thing?
I mean, probably NBC with.
Universal. Yeah. Universal was on it too. But let's just say hypothetically. Let's just use those 3 for now. Netflix, Paramount, Universal, right? Because NBC and Universal is the same thing. Who do you think for you in your dream sequence? Who makes the most sense to buy that company? Like, if you had the right to okay which one of these 3 companies gets it, who would you give it to?
Damn, honestly, in my dream sequence, like in my fantasy booking, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't let anybody buy Warner Bros. Discovery. I just try to fix Warner Bros. Discovery.
Okay.
I get rid of these execs who like canceled Batgirl.
Yeah.
I get rid of Walter Hamada because I don't side with Walter Hamada or Ray Fisher, but I get rid of both of them. I go, look, both of you were a problem, right? I don't even like the Snyderverse, but I'm just saying both of them were a problem. So both of them go too. Like y'all going like stop creating a nuisance. Quick shout out to Paramount. They're about to cash out with the SpongeBob movie. I've been at Burger King twice this past week to give me a SpongeBob meal for my kids. So like, they making money. They making their money.
Every company has like a golden goose. Like, cause I remember asking like, what the fuck does Paramount have? Like, I think somebody pointed out. I didn't even know they had SpongeBob. That makes sense, man. And then also they had Top Gun not too long ago, right?
Okay. That too, yeah.
Which did that make $1 billion or almost made $1 billion?
Almost, I want to say.
It almost made $1 billion, right? And like,
Um,
so you,
Yeah,
I honestly, like, when they said it, I'm like, why would you give it to Paramount? But like,
and Paramount has some exclusive sports deals that bring them a lot of money.
yeah, I know Paramount for sure has sports deals, but it's like I'm in agreement with you. I think that selling Warner Brothers was a stupid idea. I felt like they should have kept it, right?
And just fix it.
And just
I
fix
mean, it
it.
takes money though, but like fix it. Like. All
It
right, here
makes
we go.
more sense. What's that old saying? It's cheaper to keep her. But yeah,
Here's something I found that this is just a blurb because I'm just doing this quickly. Netflix announced Friday that it has agreed to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery's film studio and HBO assets, including the streaming service for 82.7 billion, including debt. See, that's the part I keep getting stuck on that we talked about earlier. How Warner Brothers Discovery always has these movies that people like you and me, on the surface, think they made all this money, and then at the end of the year, when they're doing their books, they're like, "Oh, that movie was a loss. Oh, that movie was this. Oh, that movie was that." Because including debt, see, that's the part that I keep just getting hung up on, and I will keep harping.
yeah, because I haven't seen them. I don't remember any movies that they put out that was just
Man,
like
someone
just,
look, man, somebody at the top of Warner Bros. Discovery was embezzling
all right, look, I'm under the
Ponzi scheme style, and it finally caught up to them, and now they got to do this, man. Because like you notice that this blurb decides to include the including debt part, which is what I keep, we were talking about earlier, and I keep trying to drive the point home. Warner Bros. Discovery likes to claim that a lot of things as losses that we don't think are a loss when we just look at it like
it shouldn't be. I mean, like I said, I get it if they put out like I'm trying to think of some movies that like if they had like 7 water worlds, I would completely understand what they're getting at. But they don't even have one water world that I'm familiar with. So it's like I understand. I don't get their logic. I don't get the idea of debt. Like I don't see them as a company frequently failing. They just they just had they just had 5 horror movies crack a shit ton of money.
Mind you, if we would account for inflation, that 1989 Batman is $1 billion movie. If we did the inflation numbers on it, that 359 million that it made in 89,
yeah,
translates to over $1 billion today. So like, just keep that in mind. So,
but it's a flop.
Yeah, not a flop, but a on the books a loss for Warner Bros. Discovery. Because see, one thing, and I know I've talked to you about this before. When people ask me, what do you consider a successful movie? I go, ooh, what are you aiming for? Because a movie could be a success critically and a box office flop.
Exactly.
And a movie can be a box office success and it could be some trash that I never want to see again.
We're looking at you, the Wiz.
I'm looking at a few movies, but just in recent times, like The Shape of Water. Amazing movie.
That flop? I didn't even know that flop.
Financially, yes, man. When me and my wife went to go see it in theaters, it was us two and like 7 other people in the movie theater on opening weekend.
And I know that movie got a lot of love. Like,
but critically, I think it won the Academy Award that year. But like,
how much money did that make? Now you got me interested.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So like, anytime people want to ask me, oh, do you think this movie's success? I go, okay, but what does success mean to you? Because like, what's a movie everyone? Okay, Scarface. Do you know that Scarface is considered a flop when it first came out, both financially and critically? Critics like absolutely just dumped all over the face when it first came out.
Shape of Water, 195 million. Damn.
Yeah. So like, before we even like get into the whole, oh, was this movie success to you? What does success mean? Are you trying to win an Academy Award? Because if you are, you're probably not gonna make a lot of money. Are you trying to make a lot of money? If you are, you're probably not turning out a good movie. It's very rare for the movie to be both good and profitable.
So this is so according to this, it says that the budget for The Shape of Water was $19.5 to $20 million, and it made $195 million. To me, that's not a flop. You made almost 20 times your budget.
It's not a flop, but the studio will tell you they're not like.
Not 20. I'm stupid. 10 times your budget.
Yeah. Okay, but see, and then but studios, when people ask the people who are in charge of studios, why don't you make more movies like that? It's numbers like that they point to, and they say why they don't.
Yeah, I think it's really just expectation versus reality, because there's no way you could look at that and be like, yo, that shit was a box office flop. Because when you're thinking about it money wise, like, look, man, if I go to the poker table today with $10, right, and I come back with $200, that's a win. That's a hell of a win.
Okay, let's stick with that analogy, and let's say, and I think I know what the problem is with Hollywood movie making, or a lot of businesses in general. But like, you didn't have $10 an hour ago, so you borrowed $1 from me, you borrowed $1 from that homie, $1 from that homie, $1 from your girl. But then you told all of us that we were going to get, 10 times our money back, or however much, whatever number we need here to. So even though you showed up at the poker table with $10, and then like you leave, you walk away with 200, and you got to give us back each our share of that, because you didn't have the $10. I had to spot you $1, and so did the other homie and the other homie, and that's one thing that goes wrong with these Hollywood movies, is that people put in and then they're promised a certain amount back, and those people got to get paid first before you can pay yourself. So like,
I never even thought about that, but you're right though. Okay, all right. I never took that for. Man, see, look, this is why I'm about to steal you from your culture club.
Man, you a fool. But no, but that's just one thing though, because like, even amongst yourselves, like don't forget that the original superhero movies were like Fantastic Four and stuff, right?
Yeah.
At Marvel, like, shout out King Jess, the leader of Cinema Culture Club. He always tells a story. He swears that Stan Lee lost the rights to Fantastic Four and X-Men and Spider-Man in a poker game, because he has no idea why those movies were Fox products. Especially because back then, before MCU, Marvel was trying to launch its own movie studio. A lot of people don't remember this.
Wait, you said Fox? It was a Fox product?
Yeah, the X-Men, like those Hugh Jackman X-Men movies, that's Fox.
It could be because maybe he already had a relationship with them because of the animated series. Because didn't Fox have the animated series exclusively?
They had Spider-Man too. There's a lot of things. I know that Marvel was having trouble even coming up with the money to print their own comics to sell them.
Yeah.
At the time. And they were also trying to get their own movie studio off the ground. Mind you, they'd already had flops in the 80s with a 1980 America, the 1990s Fantastic Four that never saw the light of day. Like the one that was made on the $1 million budget.
I didn't even know that existed, bro.
Yeah, so like there's all type of like there's all types of like, yeah, we made this movie for this much money, and then we made this much off of it, but like I owe this person so much for even like staking me.
Now it got me asking, how much money did these fools say they was gonna give back? I mean, because that what you just said completely 100% makes sense, right? If it's like, if you shoot me $1 and I'm like, I can at least give you $100 back, you know, and it's like you make some reasonable, like, hey, like, trust me, I'm gonna give you your interest plus 500, which sounds stupid because no logical gambler would do some stupid shit like that unless you're just like an addict and you're Adam Sandler in Hidden Gems. But but which is a movie I don't like, by the way. I'm not a fan of that movie. I'm not a fan of that movie. I get a lot of shit for it. I'm like, it's okay, but like I don't think it deserved all the hype that it got. But that's a conversation.
What I think it is with that one, just one quick side note, is that Adam Sandler plays a serious character, which he seldom does.
Yeah, but he didn't Reign Over Me, and everybody was like, "This is Adam Sandler's first serious role." I'm like, "Did y'all see Reign Over Me when his wife and kid died in like 9/11 or some shit?" Like,
yeah, but how long ago was Reign Over Me before on the Gems movie, the one where
it was a cool minute ago, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I just think people want to show out whenever Adam Sandler is playing a serious role.
I think it was that, and it was A24 because A24 gets a lot of love, but
Also, huge shout out to Reign Over Me because in that movie, Adam Sandler is like addicted to playing a video game.
Yeah. And
that video game is Team Ico's Shadow of the Colossus, one of my favorite video games of all time.
Really?
I played that on
Oh yeah,
stream.
he did. Oh, that was Shadows of the Colossus. That sounds familiar.
I played that game on stream before. Okay, that game is like when my daughter gets older, I will make her sit down and play through that, whether she wants to or not. Man, this is one of those things that you know I want my kid to experience. Like, you know, this is art. This isn't just a game. This is art. And yeah,
I can tell by simply the fact that you know what movie I was talking about and you're referencing the damn movie tells me that you watch movies, right? Because I swear when I say Rain Over Me, people are like, what? Rain Over Me? What are you talking about? I'm like, they had the damn song in the trailer and he's like screaming and throwing stuff against the wall. He's like, Rain Over Me.
Yeah, and Don Cheadle is his boy in that movie.
Exactly, Don Cheadle. Dude, I swear, bro, Don Cheadle needs to be a live action Zaboomafoo. But anyway, Don Cheadle, man, but I would never in my life forgive freaking Marvel for hiring that motherfucker over Terrence Howard.
No, Terrence Howard. I think the word out at the time was that Terrence Howard priced himself out, though.
I mean, I believe it. Bro over here talking about he could you hear the shit that Terrence Howard be saying now? Like, Terrence Howard is on one. Bro be really out here like, he be like, 1 + 1 is not 1 + 1 is not 2, man. It's 3. I can explain to you, man. It's not.
That sounds like some 1984 Big Brother 2 + 2 = 5 to me. Terrence Howard on that.
Bro, I'm telling you,
1984. He
went on podcast at the podcast talking about this shit. I'm like, only Terrence Howard could go on a podcast run for saying that 1 + 1 is 3.
To his credit, though, he then retreated to TV and made that music show on Fox a success.
Power.
Not Power. No, Power that's 50 Cent.
Yeah. But he was on there though.
Empire.
There you go. Empire. One of those dumbasses.
No. So to his credit though, he got a little shunned from movies, retreated to TV, and made that succeed for in TV standards. I'm not as big on TV as I am on movies, but that was a success by television standards.
Hey, but shout out to him for making that jump because a lot of people are too ego driven to even do that. I mean, hell, I never thought that I'll see a Brandon Fraser movie again, but here we are. Like, he had The Whale. He had that movie where he's in Japan kicking it with the old people.
And they talking about Mummy 4, man?
And they talking about a Mummy 4, exactly. I mentioned that. And I don't see it, but hey. I mean, I wonder if they're going to get if his son is going to get the Shia LaBeouf treatment.
I think because of that Tom Cruise Dark Universe Mummy that we're trying to kick off, I think this is going to succeed just because it's not that one.
No, but there's already a mummy. Lee Cronin has a mummy, dude. I keep getting invites to this shit. I've been meaning to go watch it. Like I've been getting studio invites. So I accepted a studio invite to go see that shit maybe like 4 months ago, and it just conflicted with my schedule and I couldn't see it. So, but I've been getting nonstop. I swear I could like scroll to my phone and show you. I've gotten at least like 10 damn screener invites to this damn Lee Cronin movie, and that's honestly that tells me that it low key might be bad because I remember when Megan first came out. I got like 2 screener invites and then they just stopped. And I was like, that shit must have got positive reviews or something. Because
is that how that works? That elect screenings are a good thing?
Yeah. So usually like elite ass movies, you got to be a super freaking, you got to be like one of them smelly dudes that don't have much of a life in order to get in invites for like them big ass movies. Like when I was in line with this one dude who smelled and he's seen Deadpool like 3 times before it came out, like Deadpool and Wolverine before it came out.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say which Deadpool. Okay, Deadpool.
Mind you, at the time, bro, I looked for invites and I didn't get not one. The only one I ever seen for Deadpool and Wolverine was the Run of Engagement one, and those are the ones that are rare. Like it's hard to get in those stupid things. But he's seen it 3 times already, and then I'm talking to him and he's talking about all these other movies he's seen, and he's naming like top notch ass movies, bro. Like. The ones that we all want to go see. He smelled. He had dirty clothes. He looked single since birth. Like he fit the itinerary like to the T. Like like the people that Joker was talking to in that first Joker movie. That's him. That's his community right there. Because I was like, I was like, dude, how are you watching all these movies and like how are you getting invites? And he's like, yeah, man. I just keep going. I keep sending the invites and. I keep. I'm like, dude, I don't know how. I'm like, I'm subscribed to a bunch of freaking movie screener things. I never get a Marvel invite like ever.
Man, that's what we need to be getting on here talking to, man. We need him, man. You should have exchanged contact information with that dude, man.
I could have, but then it's like, damn, dude. But then I gotta associate with him, and I'm like, I don't want to associate with you. No, but
get a Google voice number, and then
I'm not gonna lie to you though. There was one guy that I did actually like exchange information with. Because homie saw Godzilla versus Kong, like 6 months before it came out.
Okay.
And we were in line, and I was like, "Hey, look," because he was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen it pop up on the thing a couple times." I was like, "Listen, take my number down." I was like, "And send me this shit because you don't want to see it no more. Yeah. So send me that shit when you get it." Like, you know, and he was talking about like seeing like Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and all that shit. And I was like hella jealous, bro. But anyway, yeah, it never came to fruition. It was whatever. Like, I'm not gonna harass somebody, but there has been the earliest I've ever seen a movie. All right, so Salem's Lot, the movie that came out, was it this year or last year?
I'll say last year already. If it wasn't last year, it was like
wasn't it like
2024? Yep, 2024.
Okay, yeah. So I saw that shit like 2 years before it came out because the year that I saw it, it got shelved and then never saw the light of day, and then it just popped back up, and I was like, and the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, if this is the same fucking movie that I saw, I'm gonna be mad because this sat on the shelf for 2 years. Like, whatever it was that made you sit this on the shelf, like, you should have been able to like fix it or whatever you need to do. I watched it; it was the exact same damn movie. I was annoyed. I was like, yo, like, you could have just put this shit out as is. But I said it when we went to the studio, not the studio. When we went to the screener, I specifically told the people, yeah, this is cool, but it's cool for streaming. I was like, you're not gonna make money off of this selling in a. You're not gonna get people to come to the movie theater to watch this. I was like, that shit is not gonna happen. I was like, this ain't a theater movie. This is like a streaming movie. And I guess they took my shit serious because that shit went straight to streaming.
That's that Hollywood accounting for you, man. Hollywood accounting. That's gonna be my new
Hollywood accounting.
Anytime I can explain it, Hollywood accounting, man. That's it, man.
Bro, I remember. Oh my god, dude, you gotta. If you can get to go to a screener, and then try to do the focus groups. Those are fun. And then usually they give you like some free shit afterwards. Like they'll give you like a free movie theater ticket or some shit like that. We were in a focus group for Candyman. And I'm a fucking huge Candyman fan. So I see Candyman, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, you know, Candyman type. We watch it and I'm like, we finish it and I'm like kind of pissed. And I'm in a focus group. So we're sitting there and I'm just like, hey, yo, this scene sucked. And I straight up said it. Everybody turned against me. Like, what? What are you talking about? That scene was tight. I was like, dude, that scene sucked. And I'm breaking it down from like a film standpoint. And then like, it's funny because it's like this white dude in front. He's like, so what you're trying to tell me is that you don't think that it's good because you felt like that scene was forced. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's literally what I just said. Why are you telling me what I just said? Like, you're just saying it again, but like in a white voice. I don't know what was the purpose of doing that? But yeah, dude, like focus groups are super fun. Like if you get a chance to do it, do it. But yeah, we deviated crazy away from this thing, but it was fun though.
Movies, man, this is what it does to you, man. Like
it's a rabbit hole of delight.
Well, okay, look, I don't know how you got into movies as being your thing. I will tell you how I got into movies being my thing growing up, and being broke was part of it. When you broke, you kind of just watching the same movie over and over and over. And even if we were broke, you know, like where we grew up, right? For people who don't know, I'm not gonna say it, but you know, the city and neighborhood where we grew up in, my mom and dad didn't really want me outside. All right. So my last time being outside was Friday on the way home. And what would I stop and do? Movie rental spot. And I'm picking up movies because if I can't go anywhere on the weekend because my mom and dad didn't want me running the streets, then I'm damn sure not gonna be bored just sitting at home.
You know what this generation lacks too? Remember when we used to watch regular TV and there was always a movie to watch? It was a rerun. It was always like freaking Ghost. Yeah,
they would always have the movie rights with commercials and stuff and like edited. But yeah, they
don't have that no more. Because I remember watching Friday, bro, and I used to laugh at the edits because Big Worm was like, "Boy, what the funk you want?" I'm like, "Funk you want?" I'm like, "That's not what he said."
Man, you know which one I liked? Yeah, it's funny because I talked a little bit about it earlier. It's called the Scarface TV edit. The Scarface, like where you get that scar? Eating pineapple? It's like, you know what? Of all the foods you could eat, a pineapple could actually give you a scar though, because it's like so pointy, right? Like of all the foods you could.
Pineapple without taking off the skin or something must be. But
But
dude, they're missing out. Like we, not only the video rental spots, watching it on TV, it's everything. And then the great thing about video rental spots was that like you would never see movies like RoboCop, Leprechaun, and things like that if you never went to the video rental spots, because you literally were walking by like, yo, that cover looks tight. Let me get that. And you watch it and you're just like, well, that shit was fun. But then also my aunt was like also a huge movie person. So we used to go to the movies like on the weekend. Like we would always try to hit the movies. And then eventually it got to the point where we used to like movie hop like crazy. We used to see like 3 movies in a day. And it was fun, you know.
But that was also due to budgetary constraints as well. We used to do that too. We used to go to the if you know what I'm talking about, on Pacific, you could see 2-for-1 movies. So it was like $5 and you get 2 movies. I know you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You're talking about HP, bro. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
My God, bro, I had the worst experience there. I'm about to hit you with this experience.
I mean, you can't expect much, man. It's $5. It's 2 movies, $5. I mean,
listen. Me and the homies went to go see. We wanted to see Seed of Chucky. It was Seed of Chucky. It was a double screener. It was Seed of Chucky and Saw, and I didn't want to see Saw because I didn't know what it was about, and I ended up liking it more than Seed of Chucky. So we're watching this damn. We're sitting down in the seats. First of all, the seats are uncomfortable as hell. They're wooden seats. They have absolutely no cushion. It feels like you're in an old civil rights auditorium. Like, it's horrible. And not only that, the seats don't have cup holders. So I went and got a soda, right? Got a soda. Tell me why this soda, the cup on the soda felt like it was used or something. Because as soon as I grabbed the damn cup, it folds. Like it turns it turns into a folded piece of paper, and all the damn soda spills on me. And I hand it to the homie, and he grabs it. The shit flaps on him too. So I'm sitting here with a sticky ass like pants, and I gotta sit through this whole damn movie, and I'm mad. And then so he puts it on the floor. Mind you, the floors are slanted. That soda went all the way down to the first. Whatever was left in that cup was gone. It went down to the first row. And not to mention, people used to sit in the back of that movie theater to smoke weed. Like that movie. I remember that. That movie was hella ghetto, but it was cheap. Like you could go. It was
cheap, affordable. You get 2 movies. And truant officers didn't really like plug you in there too, because
people were going there. But yeah, dude, that movie theater was dirt cheap. But yeah,
it was funny. I never back in the day. I didn't cut school often to see a movie, right? But for some reason, anytime I did cut school to see a movie in theaters, the movie just sucked horribly.
It was like you should have just went to school.
Exactly. Like I'm talking like 03 Hulk, Eric Bana Hulk. I remember cutting school to go see that. It was summer school at least, but it wasn't like. But like I remember, I'm like, man, I should. Not only should I have gone to school, but I could have kept my money too if I'd have stayed in class today, man. Or
report about how bad this movie is.
Hang on, well, no, I'm being serious. Like anytime, like I said, it didn't happen often because I was never that type. But anytime I remember cutting school to try to go see a movie in theaters, the movie sucked so bad. The one I remember the most is 03 Hulk. Though there was more. Trust me, I know there was more, but that's what I remember the most. Though, like.
No, I never did school for a movie, but I mean, there's been some duds, bro. I've sat through some stinkers, but really quickly to wrap this up, real quick, because I know we got lives and shit. We got things we got to do too. You know, you got daddy.
Man, I left my kid in the room with a TV on and an Uncrustable. Wish her the best. Did I really give her a drink? No, I'm sure I did.
She's like an Uncrustable said, "Fend for yourself."
Yeah, look, my kid's a preteen though, so for everybody want to get on me, she's pretty self-functioning. I just was like, "Hey, baby, daddy needs a living room right now. We're gonna go in the room. I'm gonna move my computer into a computer room that we're designating pretty soon, maybe by the next time we do this." But yeah.
Now, next time we do this, we're probably gonna have to do this live because this was fun. But
yeah.
So really quickly before we go, and I'm gonna ask you to plug your channel again, obviously, but what's something that you're either looking forward to? Is there any movies that you're looking forward to finishing off this year, like in this month? Any movies that have you hyped? Or if not this month, what's the movie that you're looking forward to next year?
Oh, okay. No, I think this year's pretty much done. This is over, man. I mean,
Avatar.
I'm not into the franchise, man.
I'm not even. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, man, digital high five, homie, because Avatar sucks. That is not a good movie.
The thing is, okay, the thing about that is like, I grew up watching Dances with Wolves, so I couldn't with the first Avatar movie.
And then now this motherfucker really doing the whole Fire Nation, Water Nation shit. Like, come on, bro.
Like,
you think we can't see you?
I grew up watching The Last Airbender. I don't need you. I don't need no, but like James Cameron though is one of the most successful filmmakers in history. Like, if you look at the top all-time movies, in the top 5 spots, he's there 3 times. He's there 3 times in the top 5 all-time grossing movies. And mind you, for the movies he's not in one of those 3 of the top 5 spots, it's stuff like The Terminator. Bro,
I mean, dude has a hell of a catalog.
James, so like, old Jimbo, man, old Jimbo's the man, all right? I'm taking nothing away from him. I just know that, honestly, I just think he's doing all these Avatar movies to fund all the other movies he wants to make for the rest of his life now. So he's gonna chill and do Avatar for a while, get those funds up, and then we're gonna get his next, whatever it may be.
When I saw Way of Water, I was like, okay, like there's some like I had some skeptical. But now when I saw Fire and Ash, I was like, it turned into that Cat Williams clip. Do you know I can see you? That's what it turned into. I was like, dude, like seriously, you're not even hiding it anymore.
Yeah.
But, okay, then what's something that you're looking forward to next year?
Okay, that's
give me one.
That's easy. I'll give you one. Okay, no, actually, I did think of something that I'm looking forward to still this year, but it's not a movie. It's not a movie.
Go for it.
Fallout Season 2.
Okay.
On Amazon.
I'll take it.
I'm a big Fallout. That's TV though. Well, streaming.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be mad. I got a screener invite for that. I think they said that they sent a screener invite for that. I don't know if it's the whole season or if it's like a couple episodes or something, but there was a screener invite for that for sure.
Here's what's interesting about that. So for Season 1, they released all the episodes. Like the moment they dropped it, all episodes were available. All 10, right?
Yeah.
Season 2 is not going to be like that. It's now going to be 1 week at a time.
Okay.
Season 1.
They're trying to make sure that you stay subscribed.
Season 1 was a success, though. It was really, really good.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, are you a fan of that? Because a lot of people.
I'm a Fallout fan.
No, I mean, like, are you a fan of the whole like releasing every week, like that? It brings back that nostalgia of like, I gotta wait next week to go watch it. Or have you been spoiled enough to the point where you're just like, I just want to go back to binging?
I don't mind it either which way because the way we grew up, I can tolerate waiting a week.
I like the way
if I can binge it, I'll binge it. But if I have to wait, then I'll wait. Or what Netflix is doing with Stranger Things right now. They gave you 4 episodes.
Okay, I don't like
and then
that.
They give you 2. Yeah, okay. And then they go.
That's what I was going to say.
So it's like a hybrid of the two. You can binge, but then you gotta wait, and then you can binge again.
I'll take it week by week, but do not give me this 4 episodes and then wait a month and then 4 more episodes. Like they did that with Squid Games and shit. I was like, I don't like it.
Andor Season 2 with Disney, they did that. They gave you 3 episodes every week.
Is that good?
It is incredible. It is the greatest thing that Star Wars has done while being under the Disney banner.
Oh man, dang! I thought it was an Acolyte.
No.
That was a joke, but the Acolytes did have some badass lightsaber fights.
No, okay. The Acolyte had so many good ideas, and then like I remember when they at the D23 when they announced the Acolyte and they talked about what the Acolyte was going to be, right? And then I remember watching the Acolyte and being like, where's all the stuff I was promised? Where's Darth Plagueis? The Acolyte is supposed to be about the guy who trained Palpatine.
Yeah.
So you got Palpatine, then you got Darth Plagueis.
Yeah.
Then you got the guy who trained Darth Plagueis. That's who the Acolyte was supposed to be about.
Is that Raven? Raven?
Dark Ray, yeah. Revan, Revan.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to see him and the master that came before him. So we were supposed to be able to go back God knows how many generations of the Sith with the Acolyte. And then we didn't. Then it came out and we got Carrie Ann dying in the opening 2 minutes. And,
people are so mad about that.
And then we got a fire in outer space. You cannot have a fire in outer space. There is no oxygen there. Okay, look, another time, another time. But
Okay, I will say this. I feel like the show's not good, but I don't feel like it's as bad as people like trashed it. I feel like I feel like it had something there. It's just that they didn't know how to execute it right. It was very predictable.
It's not what we were promised, though. Like I said, we were promised story about the guy who trained the guy that trained.
But the good thing about me is I don't be listening to D23 and shit like that. So I think that's the reason why I didn't get my hopes up. I was it's about all I know was it's about Sith. Cool, and that's it. Yeah. I didn't know anything about the backstory to it. And what's something you're looking forward to next year, real quick?
Okay, next year definitely that the Tom Holland, John Bernthal, their the Iliad. Is it the Iliad or the Odyssey? One of those two.
Oh yes, the Odyssey.
It's the Odyssey. Okay. Well, the thing about that though is that everyone always gets this wrong. The Iliad comes first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll
do the Iliad first. Supposed to do the Iliad first.
Okay, thank you. Because like I was saying the exact same shit. I was like, I was arguing with one of my homies. I'm like, yeah, that's weird because I was like, is it this? I was like, doesn't the Iliad come before the Odyssey? He's like, what? He's like, nah. He was like, at first he didn't know what I was talking about. Then he was like, nah, I think that one comes. I'm like, dude, no. I was like, the Iliad, the Odyssey is the sequel to the Iliad because I was like, the Iliad is about the war,
the Trojan War.
Yeah, exactly. And
the Odyssey is Odysseus going home or trying to go home.
Exactly. And I was like, that's when he goes home, and they're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, man. I was like, man, what are you talking for? But
our love for movies crosses over a lot with a love for books because a lot of movies come from books. So, just
I was so hyped when I met R.L. Stine this year, bro. You have no idea. Like, I was so happy, bro, because that was like literally my childhood. I read nothing but Goosebumps book coming up, and that really geared my love of horror. And like when I started actually writing my short stories and trying to put and publish them, like R.L. Stine really is a really big. He's kind of like my muse in a way. My shit just ain't gonna be as kiddie as his, but anyway. A movie that I'm looking forward to before this year is over is this damn Korean movie by the boy that made Old Boy. It's called No Other Choice. I'm literally going to see that tomorrow. So I'm mad because there was a Q&A with the damn director. It's at the Grove, and I'm mad because I didn't know that even existed. If I knew that would have existed, I would have definitely went. So that's the movie that I'm looking forward to before the year's over. Next year, there's this movie coming out called Psycho Killer. It's by a homie that did Seven. The director.
I've heard of that. Because I like Seven. Seven is big time. So, it's funny because you mentioned the Batman earlier, the Matt Reeves Batman, and Seven is a big influence on that Matt Reeves.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
So that's.
But yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. That's like one of my the ones that I'm looking forward to next year. Aside from that, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you come back and we do a live stream, we might have to talk about how this year sucked for movies. I feel like the only thing good that came out of this year for movies is like horror movies. I feel like they kind of kept the industry afloat because most of the regular movies weren't all that great.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of one good regular movie this year. Well, it has to be theatrical, right? Because I saw some good stuff streaming only. Then you might be right. I mean, I'll have to look into it, but because I have seen good movies this year, but they were straight to streaming.
Was Warfare? Did Warfare come out this year?
That I don't know. Hang on. Warfare.
Because that was a good movie. I mean, but if you're into war movies, yeah, Warfare came out this year.
2025. Yep. Okay, so it might be that one, but no, you're right because the only good stuff that came out this year was.
Because I haven't seen that Rock movie where he's where he's that UFC fighter. I heard it's not all that great.
Or Smashing Machine. I'm waiting to see that too. I'm not bothered. I would argue that Frankenstein was a good movie.
Frankenstein was amazing, but I mean,
but it wasn't theatrical. So that's why I was asking you. Like, did it have to be a theatrical release? So,
I didn't see Magazine Dreams. I didn't see that. Okay. Did you see Magazine Dreams?
No, but
with the homie that was running from his girlfriend in New York and shit.
Yeah, I want that. I did not see that. I still haven't seen it, but the DiCaprio movie that came out this year, that might be the one that everyone says was good from this year.
I liked it, but it wasn't like something like amazing. Like I liked it, but it's not something where I was like, yo, that's.
And
Look, Leo has been phoning that shit home for a while now. Ever since freaking the Django, bro. He just ain't been like, I don't know, like he shows you this like his ability to be amazing, and then he just goes mid, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like this movie was.
I think after seeing Leo as a sadistic slave owner, there was nothing left to see, man. He had completed.
If you haven't seen Companion was a good movie.
There's a movie that came out this year that I've not seen yet. I want to see. It's called Waltzing with Brando. It's about Marlon Brando and how he was like one of the first persons to like buy his own island. Billy Zane plays Brando in that movie. So,
quick question before we wrap this up: have you seen The Substance?
Which one?
The Substance.
No. And you know I can't see it. It's streaming, and I'm probably gonna have to go watch it right now. And after this is over, but I can't see it. It's right there. I've never bothered.
No, The Substance is a fucking amazing movie. If you like The Thing, and what else? It has a lot of influences, but like The Thing is definitely one of them. It's a great movie. I think you should.
I'm a big fan of Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I know The Substance is a Jekyll and Hyde movie, like story.
Sort of. It's very unique. I will say that much. Get a minute, watch it. You'll thank me later.
All right.
But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up here, man. We're gonna put a clip in it. Would you be down to do a live stream next time, possibly?
Definitely. We just gotta work it out, man. Because you know, like I think for any eagle-eyed observer, probably just saw the silhouette of my daughter back there about a second or two ago. So I know my time is wrapping here. Let me just say the last thing that I want to say before you do your outro. Obviously, yes, Cinema Culture Club. Look us up. I'll send him the links. He'll post them. All right. Shout out to myself, King Jess, and Mark. That's the Cinema Culture Club for you. But what I want to do with 10 seconds of my FaceTime here, R.I.P. Kerry Tagawa, Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa, Shang Tsung, Johnny Tsunami, in the Johnny Kapahala movies, El Hapo in American Me. He's like the only.
Oh, that's him.
That's him.
I didn't even know that was him.
Yeah, he's the only Asian dude running around with the Mexican gang. And
yeah, I didn't know that was him.
And so many, man. Like we'd be here another 20 minutes if I got into like his stuff, right? But like he also comes out and for a lot of people don't know this, but there was a live action Tekken movie.
Yeah, I know. There's a couple.
It was garbage. Well,
there's a couple, and then there was like Dead or Alive movie too.
He was in that. He was in the 09 live action Tekken.
Who was he, Jin, or the main guy, the old guy?
Was he Hachi? Who was he in that? Hang on, man. I'll tell you who he was in that. Yeah, he was Heihachi. He was Heihachi in the 09 Tekken. So, but R.I.P. man. R.I.P. He's been
rest in peace, man.
He's been in a big trouble in Little Chit. Like I said, man, we'll be here all day again. But
hey, look, him and Shay. That's all I remember. He was like, "Hold it," he's like, "Your soul belongs to me."
Yeah, so he was Shang Tsung, but to me it's American Me, honestly, because that's just like
I didn't even know that was him, bro.
Because I like it because he's running around with Hispanic people, so I'm a little biased on that one from him, but
I'm just surprised he stayed alive because I know that movie came with a lot of backlash, but he was like that wasn't he should have been like, hey, that wasn't me either. I don't know who that is. El Hapo, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'll shoot the rest of it to you, man. Thank you for having me on. This was a blast. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Make sure you guys look. I'm dropping it in the description below. I might even put it in the title too. Click the damn link. Go subscribe to their channel. Check them out. You heard that in-depth conversation that we had. Very knowledgeable individuals over there at the Triple C's. So go ahead and check them out. Subscribe to them. Tell them Davey from the 80s sent you, so I can collect my tokens. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, check them out. We're going to bring him back soon. We're going to do a live stream. Then we also got another video that we got to shoot out and cook because we already talked about it. And thank you for being flexible and doing a freaking audible at the last minute. And we flipping and we ended up making a classic. So thank you for that. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. Make sure to subscribe to my damn channel as well too. But you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys are having a great day. Adios.
I want to play a game. Subscribe now. The choice is yours. You're now exiting the cinema chop shop.